Before you watch this video, I want to ask you a few questions. How do you feel in general? Does your heart ache sometimes? Or do you get sick a lot? Or maybe you suffer from panic attacks or anxiety. The long-term effects of sleep deprivation are real. Science has linked poor sleep with several health problems that we are going to discuss in this video. So watch it till the end. Maybe some problems that you experienced recently will be solved with the help of 7-9 hours of good sleep. My name is Darina and I'm running a psychology blog for a happier living. Let's go! So what do we mean by sleep deprivation? In a nutshell, sleep deprivation is caused by a consistent lack of sleep or reduced quality of sleep. Getting less than 7 hours of sleep regularly can eventually lead to health consequences that will affect your entire body. A review of a number of studies in 2010 found that sleeping too little at night can even increase the risk of early death. During sleep, your body heals itself and restores its chemical balance. Your brain creates new connections between neurons and helps memory retention. So what are those noticeable signs of sleep deprivation? Excessive sleepiness, frequent yawning, irritability, daytime fatigue. They are pretty obvious, that's why they allow you to take immediate actions. However, a lot of people, instead of simply going to bed earlier, going to use stimulants such as caffeine. But trying to replace sleep with coffee and energy drinks can even worsen the problem by making it harder to fall asleep at night, which in turn may lead to a vicious circle: nighttime insomnia followed by daytime caffeine consumption to combat the tiredness caused by the lost hours of sleep. Let's dive deeper into the subject and see how sleep deprivation affects the body's internal systems and causes more than just the initial signs and symptoms listed above. Central nervous system. Your central nervous system is the main information highway of your body. Sleep is necessary to keep it functioning properly, but chronic sleep deprivation leaves your brain exhausted, so it can't perform its duties that well. So there are two main effects on your nervous system of not having enough sleep. First, memory problems. During sleep, pathways form between nerve cells in your brain that help you remember new information. Second, difficulty concentrating. You may also find it more difficult to concentrate or learn new things. The signals your body sends may also be delayed, decreasing your coordination and increasing your risk for accidents. Your emotional and mental health are both badly impacted by lack of sleep. You can have increased impatience or mood swings. Additionally, it may impair decision making and creativity. When you don't get enough sleep, you may also begin to have hallucinations. Also, lack of sleep can trigger mania episodes in people with bipolar mood disorder. A few more psychological risks include impulsive behavior, anxiety, depression, paranoia, or even the suicidal thoughts. Additionally, you might experience a microsleep. So what is a microsleep? It's when you doze off unconsciously for a few to several seconds during these episodes. But microsleep is uncontrollable and extremely risky if you say driving a car or operating a heavy equipment. Sleep deprivation also has an effect on our immune system. Okay. Who noticed here that as soon as you go out too much during the week or after a prolonged period of night shifts, you get sick really easily? There is some science to it. While you sleep, your immune system produces protective, infection-fighting substances, such as antibodies and cytokines. It uses these substances to fight bacteria and viruses. Certain cytokines also help you sleep by increasing the effectiveness of your immune system to protect your body from disease. If you don't get enough sleep, your body may not be able to fight off invaders, and you may need more time to recover from illness. Also, it affects respiratory system. The relationship between sleep and the respiratory system goes both ways. A nighttime breathing disorder called obstructive sleep apnea can interrupt your sleep and lower your sleep quality. Obstructive sleep apnea is a disorder caused by the repetitive collapse of the upper airway during sleep. It is a sleep-related breathing disorder. As you wake up throughout the night, this can cause sleep deprivation, which leaves you more vulnerable to respiratory infections like the common flu and cold. Sleep deprivation can also make existing respiratory diseases worse. The next one would be very interesting for many people, especially women. Sleep deprivation affects our digestive system. Along with eating too much and not exercising, sleep deprivation is another risk factor for becoming overweight and obese. Sleep affects the levels of two hormones, leptin and ghrelin, which control the feeling of hunger and fullness. Leptin tells your brain that you've had enough to eat. Without enough sleep, your brain reduces leptin and raises ghrelin, which is an appetite stimulant. The flux of these hormones could explain nighttime snacking or why someone may overeat later in the night. A lack of sleep can also make you feel too tired to exercise. Over time, reduced physical activity can make you gain weight because you are not burning enough calories and not building muscle mass. Sleep deprivation also causes your body to release less insulin after you eat. Insulin helps to reduce your blood sugar level. Sleep deprivation also lowers the body tolerance for glucose and is associated with insulin resistance. In simple words, if you are not going to sleep, forget about chocolate. Cardiovascular system. Sleep affects processes that support heart and vascular health, such as blood sugar levels, blood pressure, and inflammation levels. It is necessary for the body to repair and heal the heart and blood vessels. Cardiovascular disease is more likely to affect people who do not get enough sleep. One study found a link between insomnia and an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. Endocrine system. Hormone production is dependent on your sleep. For testosterone production, you need at least 3 hours of continuous sleep, which is about the time of your first REM episode. REM is rapid eye movement episode. Waking up throughout the night could affect hormone production. Also, lack of sleep can affect a sex drive. People who don't have enough sleep often have a lower libido and, in men, lower levels of testosterone. So what to do to avoid problems related to sleep deprivation? Probably most obvious will be to say, get enough sleep, like 7-9 hours. But sometimes it is easier to say than to do, since sometimes it is not just about the discipline, it can be bigger problems such as some sleep disorders. After this point, you may need help from your doctor or a sleep specialist who can diagnose and treat a possible sleep disorder. The following are some of the most common types of sleep disorders: obstructive sleep apnea, narcolepsy, restless leg syndrome, insomnia, circadian rhythm disorders. Prevention. So how to make sure that you will get healthy sleep to avoid the consequences we spoke about earlier. A few simple rules can help you to have a better sleep routine. There are some of them. Plan your day so the amount of sleep you get is not lower than 7 hours of continuous sleep. Limit daytime naps or avoid them if you can. Do not drink tea or coffee in the afternoon. I'm not even speaking about the energy drinks. Go to bed at the same time each night and wake up at the same time every morning. Stick to your bedtime schedule during weekends and holidays. This one probably would be the most difficult one, but it is hard for our body to change circadian rhythms. An hour before going to bed, dim the lights, take a bath, read a peaceful book. Avoid heavy meals within a few hours before bedtime. Avoid using electronic devices right before bed. Exercise regularly, but not in the evening hours close to bedtime. That's it for today. I'll see you in next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can watch more useful videos and follow me on Instagram.